In this MYOB Advanced Insights video, we're going to take a look at project accounting from quote to project to invoice for a very specific scenario. Project accounting with an MYOB Advanced is quite flexible and can be set up for a number of different types of projects or different types of industries. In this example, we'll be taking a look at a project with multiple tasks and potentially cost codes, both cost and revenue budgets. We'll be using a project template, a project quote, and some employee time cards before we generate an invoice. The example we'll be going through today is a professional services type project. However, it can be used for a number of different types of scenarios. As part of the sales team, I can keep track of my sales and pipeline via a dashboard within MYOB Advanced. As far as what you're tracking, that is completely up to you, as these dashboards are very flexible. Let's go ahead and look at a project quote. Here I have a quote where I'm doing a business systems review. I can see the business account and the contact, as well as what tasks we have. So this is broken down into an initial meeting, some documentation, and an executive brief. If I have a look at my estimate, I can see that requires a junior consultant and a senior consultant who are costed at different amounts and charged at different amounts. Let's submit this quote. We can email these quotes directly through the system. We can keep track of any appointments or follow-ups. But let's assume that we've won the quote and convert it to a project. Because the project was based on a template, that's predefined a number of key items. First of all, at what level of detail we wish to budget. Now, not all projects need to go to the detail or the nth degree. In some instances, you just simply want to do it at a very high level or summary, and that is definitely an option at both cost and revenue levels. I can see my budgets have come through. As this is a professional services project, I can see that my cost, or cost budget, is primarily made up of labour items. So let's start this project by entering some time cards. So let's start by taking a look at my senior consultant. My admin user that I'm currently logged into is my senior consultant, and I can see that they've worked on 2 different projects and a number of tasks across the week. I can see we have our 7.5 hours for our initial briefing, a total of 7.5 hours across a number of days for documentation, and they were involved on the executive brief on Friday. Now let's take a look at our junior consultant. As we can see, Jenny worked on the same project, was at the initial meeting, spent 19 hours across Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday on documentation, a little below the budget, which we'll check on a little later, and was there on the executive brief on Friday. Now, time cards with an MYOB Advanced can have an approval process. So if Jenny was to submit this time card, I can see it's now of a status of pending approval. And depending on your approval maps, you can define who this goes to and how many people and how many steps are involved. I've got this going straight to Jenny's manager, which is the admin user I'm currently logged in as. So the admin user has the ability to approve this time card and post it to the project. By taking a look at the Balances tab on the project, I can see where we're up to on each of the account groups. I can see we're only partway through, or 94.57% of the way through our labour component. If I wish to break that down, I can look at my cost budget tab and start looking at each individual line's performance, and I can see it's due to our documentation junior consultant. We budgeted for 22.5 hours and they've only taken 19. Good job there. Now that the project is finished, let's take a look at billing. As this is a time and materials project, the costs that were entered on the project directly correlate to how we bill. If I'm doing it in a more bulk process, I can hit the Run Project Billing Processes via the menu. Let's just take a look at this individual project. As this project is time and materials, we can see that Time and Material tab has been pre-populated by our unbilled transactions, both our senior consultant and junior consultant. Both the quantities and price have been pre-populated based on the time on their time card and the price on the labour item. Each project or customer could have uniquely priced projects, and if you wish to change the quantities or prices, these can be done at this point in time also. And thank you for watching.